So come into a comfortable seated position, and then you just want to take a moment to just tune in. So you might want to take the block to just prop your bottom up, or you can sit on a cushion just so that the hips stay more upright. And then you're going to rest your hands on your knees and then allow the eyes to close. So you want to take, if you don't want to close the eyes, you can take a downward gaze, but you want to soften the eyes and soften the gaze. And then as we come into starting our practice for the evening, there's a sense of welcoming yourself as you are in this moment. So you check in. Notice how your mind is feeling. Does it feel full, busy, agitated? And just noticing it, not judging it, just simply, this is how my mind is feeling. And then coming to notice how the body's feeling. So as you sit here, you may notice the body feels heavy maybe, or maybe it feels light. Just checking in and really noticing, how does my body feel? And then turn your attention to your breath. And notice, how is your breath? Does it feel short? Maybe shallow? Does it feel long and deep? Does it feel erratic, or does it feel smooth? Does it sit mainly at the bottom of the rib cage towards the upper abdomen, or does it feel like it's high up in the chest? So really getting a sense of how you're beginning this practice. And then you're just going to set an attitude. So the invitation is for you is to bring an attitude to this practice. It could be an attitude of gratitude, or it could be an attitude of joy, or calm, or acceptance. Or it could be just a simple presence, this attitude of being present with your experience as it is. And if it's an attitude of joy, then maybe allowing that to light up your face. A sense of a soft smile, and allow that to radiate into your eyes as we experience this practice together in these strange times watching a screen. And then taking a breath in together and a slow breath out through the mouth. Place your left hand over your heart with your right hand just over the top. Bow the head. And then just take a moment to bring a sense of gratitude to this amazing body that takes us through this life. And then I want you to repeat 3 times in the mind, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then slowly releasing the hands. And we're going to start with the 9 purifications, breath just to balance through the system. And when we work with the first one, what we're going to do is you're going to bring your right hand up. We're going to inhale through the left nostril, and then you're going to exhale through the right nostril, okay? And this channel, when we exhale through the right nostril, is we're releasing any anger that we're holding on to. So if there's anything that you're angry or frustrated about, this is the time to let it go. When we exhale, what you're looking to do is the end of the exhale is sharper, so it sounds a bit like this. So it's a sharp bit right at the end of the exhale as you just blow any anger out of the nostril. Yeah? And you use your ring finger just to close the nostril. So if you start by sitting and then just tune in and notice if there's anything that you're slightly frustrated about. And if you bring that to mind, and then knowing that when we do this 3 times and exhale 3 times out of the right nostril, you're going to be releasing that energy. So slowly bringing your right hand up, closing the right nostril with your ring finger, and inhale through your left nostril. Then close the left nostril and exhale out of the right nostril with a sharp bit at the end. Pause the breath. Then change. Inhale through the left. Swap the hand over. Exhale. One last time. Inhale. Change. Close the left. Exhale through the right. Then release your hand down. Tune into breathing through both nostrils. And then as we exhale through the left nostril, we let go of anything that we're really attached to. So it might be a behaviour that no longer serves us, or an attitude that is not helpful. And that's what we look to let go of as we exhale through the left nostril. So maybe bringing something to mind. And then slowly on our inhale, closing the left nostril and inhaling through the right. Swapping over, exhaling through the left. Inhale through the right. Closing the right, exhale through the left. One last time. Exhaling. And then releasing the hand down, breathing through both nostrils. Just get a sense of how it feels around the nostrils and around the crown of the head and the forehead. And then this time we're going to do it 3 times, and we're releasing through the central channel and out through the crown of the head any self-doubt, any doubt at all. We're releasing it out of the crown of the head. So we take a breath in together. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. One last time, in your own time, inhaling and exhaling. And then returning to a natural rhythm of breath. Get a sense of how the mind and body feels. And then slowly from here, gently opening the eyes. Releasing the block and then taking your legs out in front. And then from here, we're going to inhale, lift the arms up. If you can't lift your arms up, just lift them to shoulder height, that's fine. But inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, bring your feet in and drop your hands down. Some of you will recognize this. Then you're going to inhale, shake your hands. And as you exhale, you're going to drop them down. Do this 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop them down. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, drop them down. Then inhale, straighten the legs, lift your arms up. Exhale, drop forward. You can bend your knees slightly. And then inhale, come back up. As you exhale, bring your feet back in. So you can do this feet together or alternative. So we'll start with alternative. So you inhale, just shake one foot. And then you exhale, shake the other foot. Then you inhale, shake one foot. And then you exhale, shake the other foot. You can continue like this, or if you want, work with both legs. Find that point of balance and shake through the feet. Then take a Breath in, reach the arms up, and as you exhale, slowly release. And then gently come all the way up. So you can stay with just doing the arms or just doing the legs, but if you want to try this, you're going to inhale, shake the hands, exhale, drop the hands down, inhale, bring them back up, exhale, drop them down. One more time, inhale, lift them up, exhale, drop them down, then inhale, lift the arms up, and as you exhale, slowly fold forward. Then gently inhale, lift the arms up again, and this time as you exhale, take your right hand to hold either the ankle or the foot and place your left hand on the knee. From here, you're going to inhale, lift the leg up. You can hold onto the foot. Just notice the soles of my feet, very filthy from being outside. And then you're going to exhale. You're going to bend the leg and just bring the foot just above the knee. As you inhale, straighten the leg diagonally across the body. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring it back in. So we go up again. Inhale. Exhale, cross. Inhale, straighten diagonally, and then exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, cross. Inhale, straighten diagonally. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the leg, and as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up. And we come to the opposite side, so you exhale, hold on to the opposite side, then you inhale, lift up, hold the foot or the ankle, exhale, cross. Inhale, lift across the body, exhale, bring it out. Inhale, straighten, exhale, cross. Inhale, straighten diagonally, exhale, bring it back. One more time, inhale, lift up, exhale, cross, inhale, straighten diagonally, exhale, bring it back. Then inhale, lift the arm, lift the legs, and then exhale, fall forward. Then gently bring yourself back up, and then just take your hands back and just bang through the legs. So we're doing a warm-up for the hips, energetically, as well as we are lubricating through the joints. From here, take your legs out to the side like so. So what you're going to do, bend your legs and keep your feet flexed. What this looks like from behind is this. So you want to keep your torso upright. Take your legs wide, come either onto the fingertips or you can come onto the balls of your hands or the full hand. Find what feels comfortable for your wrists. Lift the chest up, keep the back of the neck long, and then from here we're going to work with mobility in the knees. Now the most important bit, can you feel your sitting bones on the floor? You really want to maintain that contact with the sitting bones. So from here you're going to inhale and you're going to rotate your knee in as far as it will go without lifting your buttock bone. And then as you exhale, slowly open that knee as far as it will go without shifting either buttock bone. So we inhale, bring it in. Exhale, take it out. You want to feel an inner groin opening as you open the leg. And then as you inhale, you may feel that in the inner groin and around the inner knee as well. Exhale. Inhale, bring it back in. Exhale, keep those buttock bones firmly placed on the ground. Inhale, bring it in. 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, open. Inhale, bring it in. Bring that leg back to the center, and then we're going to work with the opposite side. So we inhale, bring the knee in. Exhale, open the knee as wide as it will go so you feel that inner groin stretch. Inhale, come in all the way in. Exhale, slowly take it out. Try not to grasp your breath in, force your breath. Just allow the breath to be natural. I'm going to do 2 more times with this. So you're going to inhale, bring it in. Exhale, take it out. 1 more time, bring it in. And then exhale, take it out. Great. Then bring your legs back in. From here, you're going to rotate, and we're going to come into 90-90 on both legs. So what this looks like is that your knee, your left knee, we'll work it this way, or depending on which way you're facing towards me. So it'll either be whatever leg is in front, make a right angle. And you want to have the top of this knee in line with the outer hip, so there's a straight line. And then you have this lovely right angle in the knee. And then the opposite leg is exactly the same. So you've got a right angle. Hopefully you can see that there's a right angle in this leg. Now, keep both feet flexed and turn your torso towards the front leg. Slide this knee a little bit towards the screen so that you're opening through that inner groin. And then from here, take a breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to pivot at your hip and shift forward, taking yourself forward, not curling. We're keeping the spine straight. As you inhale, come back up again. And as you exhale, drop down. And as you inhale, come back up again. And as you exhale, drop down. Then inhale, come up, bring your arms up. From here, interlace your hands. And now what you're going to do, work with this back leg. You're going to open the knee, roll on the foot, and you're going to slowly start to open both legs so that eventually, this leg eventually joins. So you're in this position, and then you're going to slowly go all the way over to the other side. Place your hands down, slide this back knee towards the screen, and then we're going to work with the breath. So we inhale, and as you exhale, slowly pivot forward. Inhale gently, bring it back up. And then you exhale, slowly lower it down. Work with your breath. And then you inhale, slowly come back up again. And then you exhale, come down. Good. Then you inhale, come up. Bring the arms, straighten the arms. Okay. So from here, bring attention to your back leg. Dig the heel in of your back leg and then slowly start to lift that knee. And then your front knee is going to go with you, but you want to try and keep your legs as wide open as you possibly can as we go all the way over to the other side once again. So we come back into that position, straighten yourself out, and little mat's going all over the place. From here, same thing. This time, push your legs down into the floor. So you're really making that contact with the floor. Taking a breath in, and now as you exhale, slowly walk yourself forward. Draw the chin in, remember not to curl. You want to keep the spine long. And deepen this front hip crease. What I mean is kind of take your buttock bone back as you lean forward. Let the crown of the head reach forward and your buttock bone move back. So we start to work into that hip area. Tune into the breath, and if you can, start to bring a triangle breath in. So there's the inhale, then there's the exhale, and then there's a pause. Then you allow the inhale to arise again, the exhale, and then the pause. One more time. And pause. Then one more time, lift up, bring the arms up, engage, and then slowly start to open that back knee. Keep the legs wide open, so you want to keep this knee down for as long as it will stay down. And then eventually it will come up, and then you bring yourself around to the opposite side. And once again, if you need to straighten yourself out, straighten yourself out. And then this sense of this hip crease deepening in. This buttock bone of the front leg deepening back and down. Press down through both legs, and then you're going to slowly start to walk yourself forward. Keep the spine long. The sternum wants to stay in line with the front knee. Draw the chin in, the back of the neck is long, and then you're going to hold here. Push down through the legs, through the outer knee, through the inner knee here. And again, come to that triangle breath. Try not to have droopy heads. So I can see just from a distance there's some droopy heads going on, like this. So keep the chin in the back of the neck long so that we lengthen through the hind skull. We keep that thoracic spine lengthened. And the tendency is this collapsing of the head. Draw that chin in so we keep the spine long. Keep with the triangle breath. And then on your next inhalation, slowly bring yourself up. Hold your hands. And then what we're going to do from here is you're going to bring your back knee to meet your front knee. Drop your hands down, swivel around, come into all fours. So from here, coming into all fours. So what I want you to explore, hands directly underneath your shoulders. Keep your floating ribs in. Try not to sink down. Draw the floating ribs in, push the hands down. And then what I want you to do is to do a little circle with your pelvis. So you're just going to move your pelvis around in a circle. You're not going to get all groovy. Keep everything still from the rib cage to the head and start to circle around the pelvis. Go both ways and then circle around the opposite way. Do a couple of times each side. Tune into the breath, and then from here you're going to gently move your hand over, take your right leg forward. So the right leg is going to come forward. So I'm going to turn around so you can see me. So the right leg's going to come forward. Gently from here, tuck your back toe under. If you feel you want something underneath your back knee, then do so to give it some support. From here, we're just going to work with the breath. We're going to inhale. Slowly drop the hips forward, squeeze this heel in towards the bottom, keep the back of the neck long. And then you're going to exhale and you're just going to shift back as far as you can. You don't have to straighten this front leg. You can keep it bent if it feels okay for you, otherwise straighten it. Feel what feels right. So the inhale, we take ourselves forward. The exhale, we slowly sink back. The inhale, we come forward. Work with your rhythm of breath. And then the exhale, we take ourselves back. And then pause. Pause your breath. And once again, go forward. Exhale, take yourself back. And pause. Then from here, walk that knee, that foot in, so you come to a 90-degree angle on both legs, just like we were on the floor, okay? I'm going to show you from this side. So what you're going to do, make sure that this front knee is not wandering out to the side or in, it's directly in line with your hip. Your back foot, what I want you to do with your back foot, if it's a bit uncomfortable on your knee joint, put it on a cushion, yeah? And what you're going to do is you're just going to turn that foot out slightly. So rather than it being in line with the knee, you're going to just take it out slightly, and you may feel that that starts to tighten into the hip area, which is what we want to work on. From here, what you're going to do with that foot slightly turned out, I'm going to show you from this side now, what I want you to do, lift your hip bone up. Drop your buttock bone down. You want to start to feel this coming through the front of your hip and your groin area. So I'm going to come back to this side now, foot out, draw in, and then from here, stabilize yourself with your left hand, and you're going to inhale, reach this right arm up, take your hand behind your head, and then you're going to come into a side bend. As you reach up through this elbow, keep lifting your hip bone up and your bottom down, and we hold here. Squeeze this heel in towards the buttock and tune into your breath. If you can, come into that triangle breath. Pause at the end of your exhale. And then take a breath in, and on your exhale, slowly release. Come back to the center. Bring your foot back into neutral, then gently bring your knee back down, come into all fours. As you're in all fours, then once again circle around through the pelvis. And then both ways, we just circle around. And then we take the opposite leg forward. So the opposite leg comes forward now. We walk that foot a little further forward. You can tuck that back to under. Put something underneath your knee if you want to have that support. And now we're going to tune into the breath again. So we inhale in this position. Then we exhale, we take it back. We inhale, come forward. And you exhale, we take it back. You can lift the toe or keep the toe down. Whatever feels right, work with both. Inhale, come forward. And then you exhale, come back. And at the end of your exhale, pause. Simply pause, relax your eyes, relax your jaw. Then you inhale, come forward again. Don't grasp the breath in, draw it in gently. And then you exhale, we come back. Keep the chin drawn in, don't do droopy head. Pause the breath. One more time, we come forward on an inhale. We go back on an exhale. And we pause. Then on your inhalation, walk your fingertips back, come into that 90-90 position. Place something underneath your knee to give you that support. And then from here, just turn that foot out slightly. So you can see how, if it's not turned out, you can't see my foot. If I turn it out slightly, we're just working with a different angle of the psoas muscle. And then from here, keep both hips in alignment. Press this foot down in towards the floor, and now lift up your hip bone. So it looks like this from the side. You want to tuck under, really lift this hip up as far as it will go. And then lift up, so we get that feeling through the psoas area. And then you're going to bring your arm up, take it behind the head. Stabilize with this supporting hand, and then you're going to take a breath in. And so the same side as your stretched psoas is lifting up. So we work up, and if you can't lift your arm up, you can work in this way and work into that. You don't have to bring the arm up if you can't bring your arm up. Draw the chin in, keep the back of the neck long, keep bringing that hip bone up. And side bend. Tune into the breath. And then on your next available exhale, just release through. Bring your foot back to the center and then come down into all fours once again. And then just circle around through the pelvis, both ways. And then we're going to do a little hip movement. So you're going to inhale, come forward on your knees. Then you're going to take your hips out to one side, bring them back, take them around in a circle. So we come forward and back. 2 more times. Inhale, forward and back. And one more time. Inhale, forward and back. And then you're going to go the opposite way. Exhale. Inhale, come forward, do this 4 times. Exhale, inhale, come forward, 2 more. Inhale, come forward, and one last one. Exhale, take it back and forward. Great, and then this is when we're going to come into the pigeon. So we're going to start by bringing the right knee forward. The right knee comes forward, and then lift up and take your foot out to the side. So you want to have a flexed foot. And then from here, you're going to slowly lower yourself down. And the outer right knee wants to be in line with the outer right hip. So I'm going to show you from all angles so you can see this. So we keep this angle in the same placement. Look, my back foot, I want to press the base of the big toe down towards the floor. And I want my hands either side of the legs. You can come up onto the fingertips if that feels okay. What I want you to explore is your buttock bones of both sides lengthening back to the back of the mat. And then you're just going to walk yourself forward. Find a position. If you feel that you can come down onto your elbows, come down onto your elbows. If you want to stay high, stay high. Push into your hands so that you slide the hips back. Where you want to feel this is around the outer right buttock region. And then what I want you to do, relax your eyes, relax your jaw. Find a steadiness, find a point of stillness and come into the triangle breath. So you're going to inhale, then there's the slow exhale, and then there's the pause. Then you let an inhale arise, keep the eyes relaxed, the jaw relaxed. The exhale gently leaves the body. And then you pause gently. Find that point of stillness and calm. Let go of all effort within that pause. Relax the eyes, relax the jaw. And then on your next inhalation, walk your hands up. And then what you're going to do is you're going to slide onto your bottom. So I'm going to show you from the back view. This arm comes out and then you're going to roll and straighten this back leg so you can see me from the back. And then you're going to bring that heel towards your bottom. So it looks like this from the front. And you're going to lean onto your hands. So you're going to draw that heel in towards the bottom. So this is what we want to work for, is that there's a straight line from the inside of your knee to the front of that knee. So if you can lean back and take that leg out and then tuck your bottom under and squeeze your glute of your back leg, your left leg, and hold here. And where you want to feel this is a front thigh stretch through the front thigh of the back leg. Roll your shoulders back. Once you're in position, you don't need to look at the screen. Aha. So just feel that coming through the front of your thigh and see if you can steady yourself. Tune into the inhale, the exhale, and the pause. Let's do that one more time with the breath. And then slowly release that back leg. To release it, lean down a little and straighten that leg out. Now, this is the tricky one. What we're going to do, you're going to lift that leg up and you're going to bring it around and you're going to take it to the outside of your knee. So you look like this. So the bottom is off. I want the bottom to be off. So what you should feel is your left buttock is off the floor and your right buttock is on the floor. Okay? From here, I want you to deepen this hip crease. Deepen this hip crease down. And then what you're going to do is you're going to reach forward, start to come forward, and then you're going to rotate your torso to the inside of that left thigh. And then you're going to see if you can just peek around the shin and look to the foot, your right foot. You're going to squeeze this knee in towards your chest as you bring the right side of your chest to that knee. Now what you want to feel is this coming into the hip area. So you want to deepen this hip crease down as you do that. And then you should feel an opening. You can come down onto the elbow, but you want to really think that this buttock bone is aiming diagonally down towards the floor, away from the knee. And breathe. Find a steadiness here. Tune into your breath. Relax your eyes, relax your jaw. Come into the triangle breath. Within that pause, see if you can soften, deepen your hips. And then when you're ready on your inhale, you gently come back up And then just gently let that leg come down onto it. Now, if it's up here, that's okay. If it's down, that's okay. I'm not pulling that heel in. I'm keeping the leg at a 90-degree angle, and I'm settling my buttocks down towards the floor. You can sit on a block. That will give you more lift. If it's uncomfortable, you can get more lift in your hips if you sit on a block or a book. And then from here, take the arms out to the sides. Keep this foot flexed and this foot flexed. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Pause the breath. Take a breath in. A breath out. And if it's available for you, on the pause, take yourself forward. Keep the chin in the back of the neck long. So we look like this from the side. So we keep the back of the neck long. Draw the floating ribs in. We're not collapsing over. Keep this kind of diagonal length. You're deepening the hip creases down as you press lightly down through your feet. Tune into the triangle breath. Soften the eyes, soften the jaw. And then when you're ready, you inhale, come back up. Slowly uncross, bring that leg around. Bring the other one up, straighten both legs, and then give yourself a little shake out. Bang the legs down onto the floor so that you release through the tissue in the bottom. And then just do a little walk. Rock from one side, just massage out your buttock area. And then we're going to come to the opposite side. So this time the left leg's going to come forward. So we bring the left knee forward into pigeon. So slowly allow yourself, have a little move around so that your back foot, remember, you're not just letting that foot fall out to the side. What your back foot is coming right onto the base of your big toe. So that you're keeping, it's almost like what you want to sense is that the heel is pushing back as the front of the foot is coming forward. From here, that opposite foot, the left foot is flexed, so I'll show you from this side. That foot is flexed. I didn't show you this on the other side, but if you wanted to change the position, you can do it like this. If you just want to work, and that might be a little easier for your knees if you want to. So holding here, find that position where you feel the outer left hip, and then walk your hands down. Draw your chin in, slide your hip bones back. This emphasis of the hip bones moving back, tuck toe under at the back. Find that position that feels comfortable for you. And then soften your eyes, soften your jaw. If you tense your jaw during this, you'll tense through your pelvis. Keep the jaw relaxed, the tongue, tip of the tongue just behind the top row of teeth. Wherever you are, try not to do droopy heads. Try not to do droopy heads. Keep the back of the neck long. Engage this musculature at the back. We spend a lot of time with our heads forward, looking at screens and phones and tablets. So this chin in, back of the neck long is going to give that strength in the back of the neck. Then from here, on your inhalation, come back up, and you're going to roll. Now I'm facing you. You're going to roll onto that outer hip. And move this leg back slightly so you're leaning into it like so. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring that heel back towards your bottom, drop the knee on towards the floor. From here, to increase this opening, what you can work to do, two things you can do. Bring this knee back and open the legs. So find what feels comfortable. Once you're in this position, lift your hip bone, your back hip bone up, and squeeze this glute muscle. And then hold here, keep the torso open, and tune into your breath. Notice if you're gripping in your jaw or your eyes, and feel that coming through the front of the hip and the quad. And then you're going to slowly release that leg. Gently straighten it out. To straighten it out, just straighten yourself out. And then you're going to bring it around. So you lift the leg up, activate the bottom to bring the leg all the way around and take it to the outside so it looks a little like this. This bottom is off the floor, your back foot is flexed, and then from here, you're going to start to pivot forward, turn yourself towards your leg, draw this knee in towards you, and then you're going to look around. Raj calls this the Peking fish. So we slowly reach around, and what you're doing in this position, I'll show you from the different angles, you're deepening this back and down as you're bringing the left side of your rib cage to that leg. So you're rotating around as you're bringing this hip down in towards the floor as well. Yeah. And then you hold here, tune into the breath. Soften the eyes, soften the jaw. Get super long in your spine, so the crown of the head wants to reach in the opposite direction of your sitting bone, which is reaching down towards the bottom. So we're getting that length and rotation in the spine. Soften the eyes, the jaw. Tune into the triangle breath. And then on your next inhalation, gently coming up. And then you're going to just drop that knee down, drop your buttock down, slide down in. You're not bringing this heel towards the outer hip, you're keeping it at a 90-degree angle and taking your hands out to the sides. Tune into the breath. If you need to have height, if you find that your knee's right up here, then what you can do, just sit on a block. Just sit on a block, and that will give you a little bit more support so that you can work from that direction. And then working with the breath, after your exhale, pause the breath. Then you take an inhale, an exhale, pause. And in your pause, just see if you can move yourself a little further forward. Press down with your legs, just lightly, like at about, 10 to 15% of your strength as you push down gently with the legs. Keep the length in your torso, so I'll show you from the side. Keep the length in the torso. We're not trying to do this. We're getting this length through the torso, pressing down with the legs and holding here. And really emphasize the pause at the end of your exhale. And then on your next inhalation, gently bringing yourself back up. Then lifting that top leg, bringing it around. Lifting the bottom leg, and then slowly taking the legs out to the floor in front. Take your arms down by your sides, and then just gently start to bang through the back of the legs. Just bang through the legs. And then you're going to slowly bend the knees, and then you're going to lean onto one buttock and just tap through the hip. So just tap lightly through the hip. And then you're going to go down the outside of that leg, all the way down to the outer foot. Come back up to the bottom and do that again. Just slap down the outer edge of that foot all the way to the foot. Great. Change sides. Come onto the other side. Give it a good tap around the buttock. Then down through the outer edge, all the way down. And again, from the top, all the way down. Then come down the inner groins, just tap in and out through the inner groins. And then you're going to tap down the inner groins all the way down to the inner edges. Come back up, tap down. Come back up, one more time. 3 times on the outside. Then you're going to come down the front, straighten the legs, or you can do it with the legs bent. Just do that 2 more times. Then back to the legs. Lift one leg up, give yourself a good tap at the back of that hamstring. Then grab hold of the foot, back of the calf. Then do the other side. Just do it a couple of times down the backs of the legs. Then open out the feet, tap through the feet. Make sure you're breathing. And then come into a comfortable seated position. Notice how you feel in the legs. Get a sense of what you're feeling. Maybe you notice that your attention is really settled in the lower half of your body. And then we're going to do this breathing practice, Yantra Yoga. So I'm going to show you it first. We inhale, lift the arms out. You pause the breath. We clap our hands at the top of our head. Give a little rub. Pausing the breath, we rub the face. We rub across the chest. We rub down the sides. We rub down the back. We rub down the thighs. We rub down the shins. Rub down one arm. Rub down one arm. And then our exhale is this. Like we did at the beginning. So we do all of that on a paused breath. If you need to breathe, do breathe. Don't pause so much as you go like blue in the face. We want to be able to have a really strong out breath at the end. So when you need to do that, then just do that. You have to move quite quickly. Okay, we're doing it 3 times. So here we go. Inhale. Pause the breath. Relax, tune in, let your breath return to its natural rhythm. And once again, inhale. Pause the breath. And breathe normally. One final time. Here we go. Inhale. And then allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Get a sense of your breath. Come back to a natural rhythm of breath. Feel the sensations in your body. Become curious about the tingles, pulsings. Relax through the belly. Relax the jaw, relax the eyes. And then slowly straighten out the legs and just brush down through the legs. Brush down through the legs. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Brush down, brush through the feet. And then come back to sitting. And then you might want to get your blankets close by if you want to cover yourself up. We're going to slowly move down into Shavasana. So what we're going to do, I just noticed the time, that's why. Okay, slowly from here, just gently roll yourself down. Lengthen through your tailbone, lift your hip bones up as you drop yourself down and towards the ground. Relax your head down. Keep the knees bent to start. Lengthen through your tailbone. Lengthen through the hind skull. Draw the chin in, and you might feel that you want to keep your knees bent in a constructive rest position. Find what feels comfortable for you. For me at the moment, it feels like I want my feet to be on the ground. I want to stay with that connection of opening up the energy channels in the pelvis, in Apana Vayu. But you can straighten your legs out. If you choose to have your knees bent, have them at an angle where they feel effortless. Take your arms out to your side so you rest on the little finger side of your arms. So you're not either turned up or turned down, you're on the sides. Relax the fingers, draw the chin in. Soften the eyes, soften the jaw. And then tune into what you can notice in the body.
Maybe you can feel the heat in the pelvis, around the thighs. So once again now we come to work with the triangle breath. So when you're ready, just allowing a soft, natural in-breath to arise. And a soft, gentle release of your out-breath. At the end of your out-breath, simply pause the breath. And then again, let the inhale gently arise from the stillness of that pause. And the exhale to arrive gently. Sink it into the pause at the end of your exhale. And continue in this rhythm. As you touch that pause, sense the body dissolving. Any tension simply dissolving. So there's the gentle inhale, the release and let go of the exhale, and the dissolving quality of the pause. And really allow yourself to fall gently into that dissolve of the pause. Keep the eyes soft, the jaw soft, the belly soft, the pelvis soft. Each exhale falling into the dissolve of the pause. Allow the body to dissolve all tension. The mind to merge into the stillness of the ground beneath you. The pause doesn't have to be long. It's just enough for you to drop into a place of stillness, a place of calm. And then simply let go of all effort with your breath. And just rest deeply. Nowhere to go, nowhere to be. Just simply delighting in being.